Hey, welcome. I am Soa, and today I bring you the laziest crafting method ever. If, like me, you are tired of transporting materials left and right, riding your transport mount, this video is made for you. I will show you a time-lapse of 1 hour of safe crafting inside Albion. No transporting, no refining, no Excel sheets. Let's jump right into it. This is an advanced technique, not suited for beginners. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to know how to do it as a beginner, as it can help you afford your premium and increase your crafting specs fairly easily. There is a lot of cool tutorial out there in YouTube, but most of them require you to transport materials or crafts through lethal zones. I specialize in economy techniques that do not require taking any step in a place where you could get harmed or lose your hard-earned silver. However, silver making in Albion Online is the first step to access that content. I personally believe player versus player fights are fun, but if you don't want to partake in those, you are very much free to do so. Let us talk about the black market for a bit. The black market is a game system that will generate buy orders for crafted items. It then will use those crafted items to fill the drops from the chests, the mobs, and the castles in Albion Online world. If one of the black market buy order is not filled for a certain amount of time, the algorithm will then increase the price of said buy order. The more the price increase, the more it is likely for one of the player to fill the buy order to profit from it. By looking at the black market buy orders, you can tell very fast if an item is worth crafting or not. Sometimes you can even craft dozens of them, which will of course make your earnings skyrocket. The best margin I made from the black market was something around 8 million silver for one unique item. On average, I can make between 2 to 5 millions every day from one crafting character. Most of the time I am not able to use all my focus. Note that sometimes the buy orders are not favorable for you to profit from them. If that is the case, just go back to enjoying the open world and come check a bit later. Since the stock of the black market is ever changing, no doubt you will be able to profit from it at one point during the day. This technique works for all tiers. The 0.2, 3, and 0.4 items are less likely to have a profitable buy order. That being said, if there is a profitable buy order for one of those, they will provide the most margin you can find. Why would you bother running around, risking getting robbed while transporting valuables goods, when you can just relax riding naked on your ox, watching a movie or a stream at the same time as you are printing silver? Of course, there are more rewarding techniques. You could even optimize this one by setting buy order in the market to get your materials and artifact. You could refine your own resources in royal cities and transport them to Albion. You could even craft those items in bulk in your guild hideout, transport them to the black market, and make even more profit from them. As for me, I'm a lazy guy. I'm satisfied enough with the amount it nets me every day, as I can afford my premium and have some spare to buy PvP sets. Please remember to use crafting journals, as they will be a good portion of your profit. You can either sell them to the player market or use them to feed your laborers if you have some. For the T8 and T7 items, sometimes the only profit you will make is props to those journals. If you are more after crafting specs than money, it can give you a good amount of crafting fame. I call them the break-even items. If you can buy the material for an 8.3 item and sell it for no loss or a very little profit, your crafting journals will then make up for the margin.
Sometimes, for some items like the Spectre hood we are crafting right now, you can craft them, even if making a small loss, as the chance of making a masterpiece will make it up for it. It is a gamble, of course, so keep that in mind if you try it. Yeah, the voice did change, but as it is not my real voice, I bet you will excuse me. By the way, if you want to hear my French accent live, you can join me on Twitch where I'm streaming almost every day. I'll be more than happy to answer any question you might have or even demonstrate the technique live. I am very excited about Europe server launch and will be streaming my adventures and silver making methods there, as the market will be quite different than East or West server at the beginning. That being said, let's get back to crafting. As you can see in this video, I am crafting hoods. I have been crafting hoods for years now, and I'd say it is the item I like crafting the most. This technique is working with every piece of armors and every weapon. Some are better, some are worse. I usually like to level 2 crafting tree on one character to avoid the days where the black market is in a bad state for one specific type of item. This technique is also not usable with low crafting spec and is better not done without premium, as most of the profit comes from the focus. Once again, if you have any questions, make sure to voice them. It will be my pleasure to answer them as best as I can. Either drop a comment below or join me on Twitch at soa_wake. When crafting a headpiece or a pair of shoe, you will need 8 materials to make one. If you don't use focus, you will use 7 of the material you had and get 1 back. If you do use focus, you will either use 4 or 5 of the material you had and get either 3 or 4 back. For chest armor, you need 16 material. If you don't use focus, you will get 14 mats back. If you do use focus, you will get most of the time 7 material back, as getting 8 does not happen often. With those number, you can now plan the number of material you need to do your crafting in carefully. Let's now enjoy some music while the time lapse keeps going. As you can see, we started at 7.3 million and ended up at 11.6, which is 4.3 mil profit under an hour. If we take the masterpiece into account, it is a safe 5 million silver profit. I'll leave you on this note. Don't forget to press the like button. I'll see you on the next one, and until then, take care.